Hello everybody, and just here and welcome back to Kaii to Otome, episode 11, in which we will probably deal with the cat girl, right? I think it's about time. We are nearly ending this season, so I would say it's about time that we figure out what's her deal and deal with her somehow. Unless she's going to be a more persistent. Do I even call her an antagonist at this point? Like, she's not been overtly antagonistic in any way, shape, or form, so it's kind of hard to call her an antagonist. A persistent character, I guess, maybe. I know, I'm not sure, because every character has been persistent to this point, right? Even Manami Sensei got a big role in the previous episode, so I know what to call her. Even we'll see. We'll see what her status gonna be at the end of the season, I guess. But yeah, in the previous episode, what happened? Well, we dealt with the VTuber, with Yorumun Himeo, who was a not a Tsukumogami. It was like a species of a Tsukumogami. I forgot the proper name for it, but essentially a Tsukumogami that wants to harm people. But then it turned out that no, not really. It's a Tsukumogami that wants to carry the will of its creator, something like that, right? Something along those lines, where the person behind Yorumun, I forgot her name again, started the whole shebang with the thought of bringing happiness to people, right, and supporting people, supporting the viewers. And after she was unable to do that, the VTuber avatar itself kind of took over that role, right, to do the bidding of its creator. That was the gist of it. In more detail, we met first we met Nodoka, right, who was still who was able to see her father at least. So hey, progress, and was even able to stand up to him, say, no, fuck you, dad. I have my own dreams. I have to make up for the lost time, which was not a healthy thing to do. Absolutely not. But arguably more healthy than constantly, keeping it in and stifling yourself, right? There could be an argument made for that. In any case, they visited everybody, including Manami Sensei, and they wanted to help her. Particularly Ren wanted to seal her tablet, but that didn't go through because of Sumireko, who stopped him. Then Manami Sensei appeared with a girl in a wheelchair who we did not know who she is, and then it was explained to us that she is the person behind Yorumun. She's the actual talent, she's the actual roommate of Yorumun's. And she would very much like to stop Yorumun as well, because she created this persona to help people, to support them. She was a very active child, right? Very happy and cheerful, but she got struck with a progressive disease that took away her leg control and was slowly progressing to eventually kill her. So she was always dependent on everybody else for everything, from cooking to going anywhere, to going to the toilet, to taking a bath. And she was a burden. She believed herself to be a burden on her parents, and she wanted to do something that she could do herself, something that she could, use to support herself, right, to lessen the burden on others. And lo and behold, Cover Corp came in clutch with a VTuber model, and not Cover. It was like some very Cover-like name, but not Cover, distinctly, legally distinct Cover Corporation, gave her the VTuber avatar, made it so that she doesn't need to use her legs, so the avatar was a mermaid, and she was able to, help people she was able to make up for all the times, again, in her mind, she was able to make up for all the times that people supported her, and she wanted to make up for it by supporting others. A law of equivalent exchange, essentially, in her mind. And that was her goal. That's what she set out to do, and that's what she was doing, right? Supporting her viewers in whatever they wanted to do. Unfortunately, her disease progressed to the point, and her being, so much into VTubing to probably neglect her health even. So she was struck with the disease, and a decision was made to graduate her. That decision, however, was very sudden. There was no proper send-off, right? Send-off rituals, be it a burial or anything like that, are very, 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 very important. And same goes for a VTuber graduation. And she wasn't given a proper graduation stream, and so her avatar started living its own life. They decided, they figured out a way in the end how to get rid of it, and it included, well, that proper send-off, right? The proper ritual of talking to the dead and sending away their spirits. In this case, the dead was the avatar. They had the Miko, being Yorumun, because the spirits only hear the voice of the Miko, the stage, YouTube, and the devout believers, right? The devotees, the audience, the fans. And so she was given a proper send-off. She was shown that, listen, you want to do the best you can, you want to support all the people, and she was given a chance to speak to her creator, which was really nice. But you're kind of harming others as well. I don't want that to be your legacy. I don't want people to be going around in the future telling spooky stories about Yorumun the Scary, who was terrorizing the world or anything like that, right? Let's leave the good legacy behind. And that was enough for a send-off for Yorumun. She was able to fulfill her dream of speaking with the person behind. And she appeared on many screens and was given a nice send-off, and in that send-off, in going away to whatever world VTubers go to after death, in her last moments she also managed to heal the person behind, which was very nice, very interesting as well. Kind of felt a little bit out of the left field, because it was explained by, oh, actually, she was the, mythical creature that deals with plague and stuff, so it makes sense that she healed her. And also her power is the stronger, the more pictures she appears on, and she appeared on so many screens, right? Kind of, I know, kind of a left fieldy explanation of that, but, I mean, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. The person behind, again, forgot her name, is now alive and well. Her disease probably healed. I have a sneaking suspicion we're gonna see her again, perhaps even multiple times. We'll see about that. Maybe she's gonna go to school with Nodoka and Otto. That would be nice. Maybe she's gonna pick up VTubing again. I'm not sure. I think that would kind of cheapen the thing a little bit. Maybe she's gonna pick up being an idol, or being just a flesh tuber, right? All those are also possibilities. And that's it. That's where the episode ended. It ended well, ended positively. Very nice, very cool episode. And we know that today's episode is taking place not just on any pool, but on the pool, the infamous pool, and everybody's gonna be there, or at least Otto and Nodoka and her and their school friends. I think I'm not sure if like Sumireko, Shizuku, Manami, and the others will be there. We'll see, I guess. I'm not sure what the episode is gonna be about. Is the cat girl going to appear? Is she not? Are we going to deal with a completely different, new curiosity, or what exactly is gonna happen? I have no idea. I guess we should just start watching this episode and see for ourselves, right? How's that sound? Sounds good to me. So, you're gonna need your subs, of course, as always. I'm gonna need my sound to hear the show, and I'm gonna have to ask you for support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon, YouTube down below, or not share my content, spread the word, cost nothing, helps a lot on Patreon, early access. And with that, we can start watching Kaii to Otome episode 11 in 3, 2, 1, go! What's that death note? Oh, it's the broken tablet. When did it get broken exactly? I mean, yeah. Okay. Right, got a. True. Yeah. Better not. Yeah, exactly. Write something before it can become a garei. Oh, that's good to hear. Yeah, we haven't been shown that really. Is it a death flag? Are we setting a death flag for Ren right now? Hopefully not. Oh, and also, this episode is probably going to be late. I mean, it's most certainly going to be late. Later than usual, at least. I had a doctor's appointment yesterday and wasn't able to record it. So, I have to do it now. Also, apparently, the next season is starting, like, next week? So, I guess we're having a seasonal stream kind of earlier than I expected. I'm gonna let you know about the exact date. But of course, as always, subscribe, click the bell to be notified of that. And of course, on my Discord, I always also notify people of streams and stuff like that, and even ask when those streams should be taking place. So if you want to decide, that's where you can go. Yeah, it really seems like, and this whole entire thread also kind of went nowhere. I wonder if we're gonna see the librarian yet. And what does Black Aeonium mean here? Of course. I prefer winter myself. Or like autumn, spring kind of period. Immediately awake. And his eyes completely lost the like blue tinge to them. uh Are you even gonna be able to find a swimsuit that fits you in Japan? Yeah, it's gonna be a fucking micro bikini. Or a cow print, yeah, actually. Yeah, cow print would be suitable. Oh, hello, cat girl. What you doing over there? Oh, that's a lot of markers. I guess it really is just Otto who can see them. I really thought that Ren is able to see them as well. That's a big cat. Yeah, a fair bit bigger though. Where's Ren? Okay, he's here. I thought it might have been just Sumireko pulled into a like pocket dimension or something. John Doe? Hmm. Why? I guess because she's a curiosity and Ren is a curiosity collector? Why do you have that on you? Why do you have a pocket spyglass? Fast. And actual cat sounds. Oh? So like a local deity? So she's not just a curiosity. Why? What use do you have for curiosities? Or is it maybe that not necessarily that she does anything with those curiosities, but rather, just doesn't want them disposed of? What is your way, though? Oh, okay. Oh, right. Yeah, that was a thing. That was a thing indeed. Cool, interesting how that comes back in the future. That bit of payoff. Huh. Yeah, sure. Let's just leave her be. Maybe she should actually go with you, though. Yeah, sure, no. There's more to that. Again, the vertical divide, dividing the screen into two parts, dividing the people into two separate paths. What's gonna happen to Ren? And of course, she's writing about the crazy adventures she's been through. Oh, that's the black Aeonium. Oh, so that was the plant that Otto brought her. Huh. Again, what's the significance of black Aeonium? What's that behind? Just rubble? And where are we going? Didn't you live here? Otto's still wearing this tracksuit thing? Okay, everybody doing their thing. Leading idyllic almost lives. Where are you going? Oh, so that was the gift she got. Gotcha. I thought it was her like maid costume, but no. It was just a tracksuit thing. Okay. Okay, so what's going on? Where's Otto going? Do they have like a summer camp with her friends from school or something like that? Or was Ren able to finally buy the ticket and they're going back to their world? Okay. But now it's an issue of if you want to or not. Does she want to though? Right? Sushi! Hmm. Yeah, but Otto doesn't want to leave. What's that? Yeah, exactly as I expected. Okay. Oh, Nodoka has a pool of her own. Okay. Ah, but she doesn't have a swimsuit. Exactly. Buy one. Oh, really? Or is it just your excuse? Or she can swim. Yeah. I guess if she was skipping the pool classes at school, she never learned to swim, right? She doesn't know. She probably has no memory of that world even. So is the big finale going to be Otto and Ren going back to their world and then doing a big U-turn and coming back? That would be my expectation. Passing the threshold. Symbolic in it. Not just any pool either. The pool. Exactly. Can't swim either? Ooh. Yeah, look at them gals being pals. Me and my homies. Don't you hold your homie's hand? Swimming at the pool, blushing profusely? What about different dimensions, though? Of course, his usual excuse for anything. Yep. Exactly, as I said, his favorite excuse. What would it be? Okay, so she is going to pursue her dream of being an idol. What up, Ren? Oh! Shit, of course he's going to want to sacrifice himself. At least the news is honest. It's not like one of those, you know, lying things. No doubt. Oh, he also wants to be open with her about what's gonna happen. I certainly hope so. Like, she deserves to know. So does Otto know the truth? Or did Ren tell her some bullshit like, oh, I won't be able to come with you. I was only able to afford a single ticket, but I'm going to work hard and get enough curiosities to get a ticket and go after you on the next train or something like that. Bad news. Good news, yeah, for whom though? Bad news for Otto, because it means she's going away. Bad news for Ren, because it means he's just going to die. Oh, visiting Manami-sensei to confide with her, in her, or just to say goodbye. The music, though. No sounds, just music. And a cat. Andoro Station. Okay. It feels very finale ending-y, but I know that the source material is not done yet, so probably what we can expect is either some sort of a fake out or some sort of a disruption. Maybe the cat girl is going to disrupt what's happening and, inadvertently save Ren and everybody else involved. Maybe. Actually, I'm gonna check right quick whether it's... how's the source material going? I don't think it's completed. Kaii to Otome manga. No, it's still releasing. Yep. It's still releasing, and on Manga Dex, when was the latest release? Oh? Bit after credits. Oh, so it was like a caramelized peanut thing. A ticket, a video, and mysterious disappearances. Right. Okay, so the latest chapter, chapter 54, Interlude 2, was released 3 days ago. And it's very much ongoing. So, yeah, chances are we're not actually saying goodbyes to Ren and Otto. Good. Cool. Let's watch it again. Let's watch it again, and I'm gonna crank down the temperature a little, maybe a little bit too much. Yeah, I think something like that will be better. All right, so the burned up tablet. Apparently it burned out in the Yorumun's water and Uname Sensei's fire, and apparently it became a cursed object with a sealed garret, but I didn't think that, like, specifically Nodoka's tablet would become the object for Yorumun to reside in, right? Like, all this time I was wondering about how are they going to actually deal with Yorumun, because data is everywhere and no single device actually, like, holds it in full. Maybe it was the person behind's computer, maybe the servers of Cover Corp, or I don't know, something like that. But apparently Nodoka's tablet became a cursed object, which begs the question, did every single screen that Yorumun appeared on also become a cursed object? Ah. Manga, anime, games, music, theater, movies, and TV dramas, novels, works that creators whittle down their own lives to make. There are more of them now than there were before. Absolutely. I really like this sort of level of... Do I even call it a meta commentary? I guess kinda, because it's basically a commentary on how in modern world it's so easy to create. It's not easy to create good things, right? Let's not conflate those two things, but it's very easy to create and to just put it out somewhere for people to see. Before the internet became widespread, if you wrote a story and you wanted others to read it, I had experience with it. I wrote a story when I was like 12 or something, and how do you get other people to read it? Well, I know. I had to print it out and give it to my friends and my family, and they read it. And that was about the limit of it. Later on, I made a blog on Blogspot. I think it was like run by... I think it was before they were bought out by Google. Or maybe Blogspot was Google from the get-go, I'm not sure. But I made an email, specifically. Email I use to this very day to make a blog. And I didn't have internet at home. So I had to give a manuscript, like handwritten in a notebook, to my friend, who typed it on her computer that had internet and posted it on the blog for me. And then I would check it out on like school library PC. Right? It wasn't easy. Nowadays, I write a story and I can post it on Royal Road, AO3, Tumblr blog. I can make my own blog. I can buy a domain for $5 a year. Right? There are multiple venues for me to share my story with other people, and other people have the ability to read it. And it's the same with other forms as well. Right? Be it games or music. Games. If I make a game, I can put it up on itch.io, and other people can download it and play it. If I'm feeling generous, I can pay $100 to Steam and publish it on Steam. Back in the days before digital distribution, well, you had to have a publisher. If that publisher had to burn the discs with your game and distribute it to physical stores, and people had to go there physically, grab the copy of the game and buy it, right? It was much more complex, much more complicated. Same goes for manga, music, theater, maybe to a lesser degree, movies, TV dramas, novels, right? Same goes for all of that. They might be waiting somewhere even now for the day they are remembered. Yeah, there is plenty of stories and animations and games out there who were just not experienced by anybody. Or maybe someone someday read a fan fiction of something and then forgot about it, and then nobody else read it. Entirely plausible. My pen has been flying. Right. Cat, swimsuits, and black Aeon. You might guess the title is explained fully. And of course, he only reacted to the fact that she never wore swimsuit. Full, complete attention, undivided attention to the fact that she never wore swimsuit. I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised. And yeah, of course, a cow print side tie bikini. How many artworks are there of Sumireko wearing a cow print side tie bikini? Probably plenty. Or a sporty one piece. Probably plenty as well. And here's the cat girl. With a big cat. Yeah, out of nowhere. Plenty of warning signs around her, but also, and this is interesting, when she watched over them, there's also the warning signs. I'm not sure about the number of them. Like, does the number of warning signs matter, or does it just designate an area? Right? Like, if there is a single curiosity in an area, does it correspond to a single warning sign? Or do you have, like, I don't know, say a room is a curiosity, so you have a warning sign at every entrance and every window, for example, or in the four corners of the perimeter or something like that? Or is it one warning sign per one curiosity? I guess that would fit, because the tablet is a curiosity, Sumireko is a curiosity, and I guess Ren could also be treated as a curiosity? Maybe. Or something else they're not showing us. Why do you have the spyglass on you? Why? This is cool. Cool and, like, otherworldly in a way. I like how, like, otherworldly it is. She traverses this this entire distance in a time that seems like she shouldn't be able to traverse it, right? Like, she's not moving that fast, right? And yet she appears right in front of Sumireko. Cool. Disappearances kun. The one who manages the curiosities around here. Cat Sovereign. Yeah, we have a name for her, I guess. So she's some sort of a local deity, would be my guess. A bit of janky animation, not gonna lie. Right, like the cat swipes to the left and Adashino just falls forward and slides a little bit with wonky perspective on the ground, but whatever. I'm willing to forgive that, honestly. You always take curiosity somewhere and do away with them. And she doesn't want that. I don't think she wants to keep those curiosities for any, like, specific purpose. It's not like she has a ticket she wants to buy or anything like that. No, she rather just wants those curiosities to be left alone. And that's it. She doesn't have any plans for them, nothing of the sort. She just wants them to stay where they are. Interesting. Like, essentially, she retains the status quo. Why did Sumireko need to shrink? I guess to maybe not cast a big shadow and be less noticeable. Maybe. What don't I have against him? Explanation would be nice. Like, I can infer from what's going on that she wants curiosities to be left alone, and that's essentially her goal. That's her shtick. I can infer that fairly easily, so it's not a big deal. But I would still like to have that, you know, proper confirmation, I guess, right? Like, what do I have against him? Well, he's disturbing the natural order, right? The curiosities should be where they are, and he's taking them and removing them somewhere. Do you realize what repercussions that could have? Or something like that. Or, I treat every curiosity like a child of mine, and he's taking them all away. Or, you know, something, anything. And of course, the cat is not gonna do that, because the bearer of youth gave him food and rest. She's something like the boss of the curiosities in that area. You can just leave her alone for now. I guess she's not going to get involved with every curiosity you find. Maybe, or maybe she will. I don't know. Yeah, the fucking divide of the screen. Again, it happened with Oto and Nodoka, or rather, Nodoka and Oto and the rest of the gang. Now it happens with Ren and Sumireko. Very, very clear symbolism here. Mm-hmm. And Black Aeonium, yeah, brought here by Oto. What's this book? Is this the book of youth that he was keeping all this time? I think so. And an electronic device. But because there is no like actual Garei, there's no actual Yorumun on this tablet, it's worth less, I guess. But should you want to become a ticket, well, we could arrange something for sure. So I guess it's less about, I know, less about some otherworldly currency system where, I know, a ticket costs 100 obols and the book is worth 50 obols, the tablet is worth 20 obols, you're kind of short, you can't ride that far. And more about the energy, right? Like the train is propelled by the energy extracted from those curiosities, and it can go only as far as that energy can take it, right? Because it's later mentioned that Ren himself can become that energy. And it's also mentioned later on that Ren is on the verge of just, disappearing himself, on the verge of destruction. I wonder if the energy of curiosities can be used to heal Ren. If the train can run on the curiosity energy, and the train can run on Ren energy, I have to assume that those two energies are the same, or can be converted one into the other. Which makes me think that Ren could actually be healed by curiosities, and it would actually make for a nice moment of Oto deciding that she wants to stay here and telling Ren to use those curiosities to heal himself, right? I'd rather stay here, Ren and me, with you, alive and well, than go somewhere that I don't even necessarily remember, right? Curiosities can be used to heal Ren. I would say it's safe to assume. Yeah, everybody's doing something. She's working at the bathhouse. Nodoka is studying. This girl is playing baseball. She's watching some dramas. Everybody's having fun. We have an answer as to the clothes. That's good. 5%, right. And she came to visit. Seems we'll be able to go home. It really seems to me like, yeah, Black Aeonium, right. Where was it? Where was Sumireko questioning Oto about her homeworld? I think it happened earlier. Maybe. Regardless, I'm not gonna be looking for that. But I'm really getting the impression that Oto doesn't as much want to go back as she's been told that she's supposed to want to go back. Especially from her little exchange with Sumireko. I can kind of see that. Right? Like, Sumireko is so happy. Wow, Oto-chan, you can finally go home. Aren't you happy about that? And she's like, well, I don't know, actually. Like, I'm supposed to be happy. Ren said that I should want to go home. but I don't even, like, properly remember it. Is it nice? I don't know. Ren tells me that there are people waiting for me there, but I'm not even sure. Like, I don't remember any particular person. I don't really remember anything from that world. But Ren says it's true, so it kind of has to be true. And everybody around is so happy that I'm getting to go to my homeworld, so I guess it's a good thing, right? But without conviction. Otto isn't... She's not so much... Like she's not even conflicted. That's the vibe I'm getting here. She's not conflicted between, I want to go to my home world because I miss the people from there and I felt so good bathing in red water and observing the green sky, right? And having fun with Cthulhu. And I'm also having fun time here in this human world, and I can't choose where I want to live, right? There isn't even that conflict in her. She likes it here, in the human world, but she's been told that she should go to her homeworld and that she would be happy, she should be happy to go there, and that there are people waiting for her. But she doesn't, like, feel it herself. So I can't even call it a conflict. It's more like going with the flow, not willing to question where you're going, versus questioning what everyone's been telling you and making a decision for yourself. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. I'll have to work my hardest, right? And Otto is not happy, right? I wouldn't be surprised if in her mind it was like, oh, you want to finish your novel real quick, you want to be rid of me this quickly, huh? Right? I see. Shit. So you're not going to take much more time. I wanted to stay in this world for a little longer, but fuck. I guess I'm going back quicker than I expected. And she doesn't like that prospect. And of course, she's writing mysterious disappearances. We knew that. Going to the pool at Nodoka's. Kappa's curse. I wonder how true that is. Like, on one hand, it wouldn't surprise me if it was, like, actually true. On the other, it wouldn't surprise me if it was just an excuse that Sumireko created right on the spot. What's with the black aeonium? Are we going to see it, like, wilted when Ren and Otto go away, or something like that? Oh, yeah, those questions. This is the moment I wanted. What's it like where you're from? It's just normal, I think. It's where I was born. Nothing specific. Is it a nice place? It is, probably. I don't know. I was told that... I mean, it probably is a nice place. Ren wants to bring me there, so it can't be anything bad, right? Right? Is it nice? I don't know. I think it's just normal. It's a place where I was born, and no, like, you know, memories, right? Nothing like, it's normal. I lived in a small white house with a garden, and we were tentacle farmers, using the latest in necromantic science to grow the best tentacles in the area, and I had a dog, and right, none of that. It's just, it's a place where I was born, and I guess it's just normal. Never been there, have no memories of it, right? I'm sure everyone's waiting for me. Again, with, like, no conviction. For Adashino, we don't know that. Probably not. Like, we have to remember that they were expelled from that world. It's not like, I don't know, Otto accidentally fell off the edge of a flat earth and found herself here. No. It's been mentioned specifically multiple times that they were expelled from that world. The world had no need for them, and it threw them out, basically. And just by chance, they found themselves on Earth. Going out, yeah, stepping through the threshold into darkness, like, right? This safe, warm, colorful, lit up, bright world, and she's here alone in the darkness, stepping through the threshold, closing the door. Symbolism. Then she gets to have some fun with her friends. Yeah, she gets to be the best gal pals with Nodoka. She gets to have some nice views as well. Her eyes are almost like Ren's at this point. Yeah, just gals being pals, you know. Nothing big. You know, it's just gals being pals. When they're adult, they're gonna be roommates, living in the same room. That's, no biggie. Just, they were roommates. That's it. Historians said they were the bestest of friends. And of course, the big question, are friends still friends even if they're apart? Because she knows that she's going away and probably not coming back. And gifts. For summer vacation, Rennie and I are going back to visit our hometown, so I'll be saying goodbye for a little while. She says so while knowing fully that she's going away, probably permanently. Yeah, that's not going to be fun for anybody involved when they come back to school after summer vacation and Otto is just not there. Or Ren. Everybody gets a gift. There we go. Curiosity's data hasn't been saved with this cursed object, so it's worth less. Yeah, so you can offer yourself as a ticket. You'll become energy for the train, and you disappear after that. Right. It made me feel sad, though. Yeah, she doesn't want to go. She just doesn't want to go. She's told that she's supposed to want to go, but she doesn't feel it. And that's the conflict inside of her, right? From everywhere around, she's getting signals that, yeah, we're so happy for you that you can go to your homeworld. Yeah, Otto, it's finally happening, right? Hooray, you finally managed to get enough for the ticket, right? But she doesn't feel it. She feels conflicted about that. It made me feel sad. Yeah. And all Ren has to say is Soka. I hope he was at least open with her about the fact that he's going to be offering himself as a ticket. She deserves to know at least that much, I would say. Or maybe in his usual fashion, he just told her, I won't be able to go with you. Maybe. Yeah, the novel is done, and that marks the end. That marks the end. Visiting Unnamed sensei. Hopefully she can actually, like, talk to her about her doubts and her issues, and maybe Unnamed sensei is going to, figure something out. I hope so. I sincerely hope so. That someone is there to help Otto figure herself out, because Ren is not gonna do that. Ren is dead set on sending Otto back to her homeworld. He has just tunnel vision. Not, he completely, like, discounts even the possibility of asking Otto, do you want to stay or do you want to go? No, you're going. Not in a, controlling or malicious way or nothing of the sort. No, but, like, that was our goal when we came here, and this is our goal now. Zero adjustment of that goal. None. It was our goal, it's still our goal. Even though things have changed. even though Otto created a new life for herself, even though she met so many new people, even though she is needed in this world and she has people who need her, the goal has not changed. From the time when they were nobodies living under the bridge. The circumstances changed, but the goal did not adjust for that. That's the biggest issue here. No sound, just creepy music. Just creepy, creepy music. The fact that there's a cat around makes me hopeful that maybe the cat girl is going to stop whatever is going to happen. Like, you know, unknowingly. She's going to burst into the train station, not knowing what she's doing. She's going to burst in, trying to retrieve the curiosities, and just completely coincidentally, she's going to stop Ren and Otto from boarding the train. That would be ideal. We'll definitely reach her final stop. You are on the brink of destruction anyway, aren't you? Yeah, we've heard that. But I really wonder if the curiosities can actually be used to heal him. I really wonder about that. We know that Ren and Otto are, like, different kinds of beings, I guess you could say, right? Like, Ren doesn't necessarily need sleep or food. We know that he hasn't slept and he hasn't eaten since they came here. Otto can eat and sleep, no problem. Ren just physically cannot. Otto can see the warning signs, Ren cannot, but he has the power to reflect the powers of those of curiosities, right? So they are different kinds of beings. So I wonder if his kind, Ren's kind, actually like sustains themselves on those curiosities, and he's essentially been putting away his share of food and his share of sleep to fund that ticket. Like, he could have eaten those curiosities and regained his strength, his power, but he chose not to. He chose to pawn them off for a ticket. That would explain why he can smell them out, right? Like, we can smell food, right? I can take this cup of tea and smell it. Lemon, Earl Grey, right? He can smell curiosities because it's food to him. It's sustenance. Curiosities are sustenance to Ren. Probably. You are on the brink of destruction. Yeah, so we heard. Everybody enjoys the snacks given to them by Otto. Delicious. Ticket, a video, and mysterious disappearances. Ticket, yeah, sure, we know. Mysterious disappearances, title drop, but also mysterious disappearance of Otto Adashino, maybe, of Ren Adashino. Maybe he's actually going to disappear, and they're going to be looking for him, maybe. Video, though. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the video is gonna be. Ren leaving a goodbye video for Otto that she can watch after he's already gone, right? Like revealing all the truths, finally. Something like that. Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We'll see, I guess, right? We'll see in the next episode. But right now, I'd say that's gonna be it. Good episode, like, you know, as always. There was that a little bit of a janky shot of animation, janky cut with the cat and stuff, but you know, that can be excused. It ultimately doesn't matter. It's not a battle shonen. The fights don't have to be, you know, free rentier or anything like that, so that's perfectly fine. Very somber episode. I have a thing for how do I even word it properly? Like, this episode struck a couple of chords in me I guess. One chord being... again, how do I word it? The thing where Ren did not tell Otto the whole entire truth, and she is essentially unable to make a decision for herself. I guess I can't even call it convenient ignorance, because it's not convenient ignorance. It's, I don't know, just not talking, lack of communication, I guess. Maybe that would be the closest, but it's not that either. What I'm trying to say is I'm not a huge fan of what Ren is doing here. How he completely refuses to adjust the plan whatsoever. Just, doesn't even talk to Otto about what's gonna happen, about their plans, about what they're gonna have to do. Nothing, none of that. He's like that, I don't know, father who sends his son to start practicing playing baseball at school, and every day he takes the son completely fucking dejected from the training, and he's like, well, you sure had fun today, buddy, didn't you? How are you excited for the match you have next week, aren't you? Right? It's kind of like that. And it's Ren being like, hey, Otto, aren't you excited? You're going back home, right? You want to go back home, right? I know you want to go back home. I know how much you want to go back home. I'm going to get you home. You're excited, aren't you? Oh, you're going to love it home, right? It's kind of like that. And, I'm not sure who I should not blame for it. That's, again, not the best wording to use here, but essentially, should I take an issue with Otto not questioning what's gonna happen? Probably not. She's been conditioned, essentially, into believing that. I think I should take issue with Ren, after all. That he just completely, the moment they arrived, he made a plan and did not bother to adjust it whatsoever, and did not bother to, check in with Otto every now and then. Are you having fun in this world? Do you still want to go back? None of that, right? He set things in motion, you're going back, and just keeps to it. And I'm not a huge fan of it, but not from the standpoint of, I don't like how it's written. No, I like how it's written, but it makes me feel a feel that I don't like feeling, essentially. So it achieves its, desired goal of making the audience feel a feel, but I don't like that feel. In that way, I guess you could say. What was I even talking about in the first place? Right, the chords that it struck with me. And the thing with permanent goodbyes, masked as temporary ones, right? Like, a character dying and saying, oh, I'm gonna see you later, and everybody knows that they're dying, everybody knows that they're not surviving that fight, but the character stays there and is like, I'm gonna see you later, I'm just gonna fight this Balrog dude, and I'm gonna be right behind you. Everybody knows it's a lie. I'd rather people be more open with each other, right? In general, I'm feeling for Otto here. I really am. She's been conditioned into believing that this thing is good for her to the point where she doesn't even question it. And she feels conflicted about it. And she probably, it wouldn't surprise me if she felt herself ungrateful. Ren Ni went through so much trouble for me, and now I'm having second thoughts? I'm ungrateful. I can't be like that. Ren Ni, figured out a way to get me to the OG world. I have to go through with it. I cannot disappoint him. Right? Those sorts of thoughts. Probably, at least in part, what's going in her head. Whew, I really want to see a resolution to it. I really want to see like a good and good ending. That's what I want to see. This show really it's really been good to me so far when it comes to good endings, right? Pretty much every single arc here had a good ending. School arc, first, the age arc ended well with Sumireko being alive and well, retaining the powers. Teacher arc ended well with even Unnamed sensei getting keeping her powers and getting redeemed in a way. Shizuku arc ended well with Shizuku working through, you know, getting some closure and remaining alive. Nodoka arc ended well with Nodoka getting alive, Yorumun getting closure, Yorumun's fucking VA getting healed, right? The best possible outcome. So I'm hoping for it here as well. I'm hoping that it's going to end with Otto saying, I want to stay actually. Ren quickly munching down the fucking curiosities and maybe having a standoff against the cat girl. Choice. The cat girl is here. I can consume the curiosities I have with me and fight that cat girl off. Or I can give them up for a ticket and get Otto back home. But Otto doesn't want to get back home, right? Maybe something like that. And Otto says, no, Renny, I want to stay actually. To which he just stuffs himself with the curiosities and just punches the cat girl in the face or something like that, right? Maybe. That's kind of what I envision happening. But I'm not sure. I'm certain they're going to keep us in suspense until the very last fucking moment. Wouldn't surprise me if they did a some sort of a fake out, like, I know, Ren and Otto entering the train station and Sumireko trying to run after them, but then the train station disappears and, well, they went away, holy shit, right? Oh, the worst thing happened. And then we see a time skip, or during the credits playing, we see Ren and Otto enter the bookstore. Wow, they came back, they decided not to go, yippee, right? I can fully see them keeping us in suspense to the very last fucking possible moment. We'll see. We'll see, of course, what's gonna happen in the next episode, but right now, I'd say that's gonna be it from me for today, but maybe you guys have something more to add on the topic of this episode. If so, say so in the comments down below. What did you think of it, of my reaction, my theories, stuff like that? No spoilers, please. Spoilers can go to my Discord here, also in the description below. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe to be notified of future videos, not only Mysterious Disappearances, but also Kaiju number 8, Yuuki Season 2, I'm gonna get to it eventually, I promise. Spice and Wolf, fucking Unnamed Memory, the finale. I'm really wondering what's it gonna be. Sentai Daishikaku, plenty others. Season another coming in the matter of weeks, so stay tuned for that. Click the bell to be notified of when I go live and when I'm having my seasonal stream. You're all cordially invited already, and support the channel if you want to monetarily on Patreon down below, where for $10 a month you can get early access to non-seasonal shows like Yuuna. For just $1 you get a role on the Discord and a place in credits. You can also support me directly on YouTube via membership, super thanks, super chats, stuff like that. And if you don't want to spend any money whatsoever, you don't have to. Share my content, spread the word, it costs absolutely nothing and helps the channel a lot. And now, with all of that out of the way, that's gonna be it from me for today. So as always, you guys do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers! And here's my one for Patreons: QB, Without the Nedze, Reine, Yukiala, Ishtamu, Dr. Watt, Akamasar, Marsh, Fassel, and Hans Peter. And you can join them if you want without having to, I don't know, say goodbyes? Swim, yeah, swim, and use a swimsuit.